Back in the 1970s, some classroom gadgets were once groundbreaking, but have since become artifacts of a bygone era. It's amazing to think how these gadgets, once at the front line of education, have been replaced by modern technology. Stick around until the end, because we'll unlock the memory of that gadget you couldn't go a single school day without. Number 1, slide projectors. Just thinking about slide projectors gives such a nostalgic alert because they were indeed the backbone of classrooms back in the day. Slide projectors were widely used in the mid-20th century for presentations, lectures, and educational purposes. As the professor clicked the remote, the room held its breath in anticipation. Students leaned forward, their eyes fixed on the image, slowly taking shape. The click-clack of the slide advancing process built suspense, and with each new slide, the room erupted with gasps, nods, and whispers of wow. Slide projectors have largely become outdated due to advancements in technology. Digital projectors have taken the place of slide projectors because they are more versatile and convenient. They display high-quality images and are often more compact. These changes have made slide projectors less necessary for everyday use. If you think this was nostalgic, wait till you hear about the next gadget. Number 2, typewriter. Typewriters were another popular tool in 1970s classrooms. Students developed a sensory experience with them due to the physical sensation of pressing keys, feeling the mechanical click, and hearing the sound of the keys striking the paper. Back in the day, typing was a crucial skill for students to master as it helped them write assignments. Typing exercises and drills were common classroom activities in the 1970s. However, in this era of digital technology, computers and other digital devices have replaced typewriters, and rightly so. They are more efficient and easier to use. Let's take a look at another retro gadget of the 1970s that shifted focus from clacking keys to mixtapes and beats. Number 3, cassette tape recorder. A cassette tape recorder wasn't an ordinary gadget. It was worshipped by students and music enthusiasts. Portable cassette players, known as boomboxes or Walkmans, were carried to schools and classrooms, allowing the students to listen to music whenever they wanted. These devices were revolutionary for their time, providing a personal and portable music experience. Students could listen to their favorite music during free periods while walking between classes. This portability gave them a sense of freedom and liberty over their music experience. Students could even create personalized playlists featuring their favorite songs, which became a way for them to express their individuality. Modern technology has replaced these gadgets, providing online music platforms and access to vast music libraries. What's your favorite retro gadget from the classroom? Drop your memories in the comment box below. Let's hear about it. And you never know, maybe we'll feature your memory in our next video. Number 4, calculator watches. In the late 1970s, the calculator watch became one of the coolest gadgets a student could wear. These digital wristwatches combine timekeeping with a tiny calculator, featuring miniature buttons for solving math problems. For kids, it felt futuristic, like something straight out of a science fiction movie. With these gadgets, mathematical calculations could be done right on your wrist. They weren't just practical, they were a status symbol, showing off the blend of fashion and technology. However, as technology advanced, calculator watches were overshadowed by scientific calculators, smartphones, and smartwatches, which could do far more. While calculator watches were an exhilarating experience for the students, overhead projectors took things to the next level. Number 5, overhead projectors. Overhead projectors were just another classic gadget used by teachers to display transparencies and illustrate complex concepts. Its charm lay in its ability to bring lectures to life. Teachers could annotate and mark on transparencies in real time, making lessons more interactive. The sound of the projector humming and the light casting on the screen added to the experience. However, with the advent of digital technology, overhead projectors have become largely old-fashioned, replaced by interactive whiteboards and presentation software. If overhead projectors brought back some memories, the next gadget on our list will definitely turn your mind. Number 6, pagers. In the 1970s, pagers were the OG communication device. These beepers were the epitome of cool, especially among the students. Imagine being one of the select few who could receive secret messages in class from other students. Pagers were the ultimate status symbol. If you had one, you were important, connected, and basically a boss. Sure, they were limited to short messages, but that just added to the intrigue. When your pager beeped, everyone knew something was up. Today, pagers have completely vanished, but they're still a fun reminder of the good old days before smartphones took over our lives. Now, pagers were cool and you could send messages to one another, but what if you wanted to capture a moment? That's when the Polaroid camera came to the rescue. Number 7. Polaroid camera. In the 1970s, students would sneak Polaroid cameras into classrooms, capturing snaps of their friends and teachers in the most unexpected moments. The instant delight of watching the photo develop right before their eyes was pure magic. It was like a mini party in class, with everyone gathered around, cheering and laughing as the images appeared. The Polaroid's flash would go off, and suddenly you'd have a tangible photo of your buddy pulling a silly face or your teacher caught off guard. Students loved using it to capture candid moments, and the camera's whimsical charm added to the fun. Polaroid cameras, while iconic, have largely been replaced by smartphones with advanced camera capabilities. However, they still hold nostalgic value for their instant photos and retro charm. Number 8. Floppy disks. Floppy disks were just another gadget that had its hype among students and gained more popularity in the 1980s. Floppy disks were used by students, professionals, and anyone who needed to store and transfer digital data. These flexible disks were inserted into computers, allowing users to save and load files, programs, and even entire operating systems. The charm of using floppy disks lay in their novelty and the thrill of working with emerging technology. The process of inserting, loading, and ejecting floppy disks was a sensory experience that many found exciting. The sound of the disk drive whirring, the lights flashing, and the anticipation of waiting for files to load added to the thrill. Today, floppy disks are replaced by modern solutions like USB flash drives, which lessen the problems of storage capacity and fragility associated with floppy disks. While floppy disks were exciting, the next gadget helps students with calculations. Number 9. Abacuses. In the 1970s, abacuses were a common sight in classrooms around the world. Students would use them to perform calculations, visualize mathematical concepts, and develop their math skills. The abacus was more than just a tool. It was a hands-on learning experience that made math fun and interactive. The charm of using abacuses lay in their tactile nature. Students would manipulate the beads, watching as numbers came to life before their eyes. Although abacuses are still used today in some contexts, their use has declined with the advent of electronic calculators and digital tools. Number 10. TVs on cart. TVs on carts brought learning to life in a way that was both fun and engaging. Imagine a giant screen on wheels, rumbling into the classroom, bringing with it a world of educational programming, documentaries, and even the occasional Sesame Street episode. Students would gather around, eyes wide with wonder, as they watched educational content that made learning feel like an adventure. TVs on carts have been replaced by modern alternatives, such as smart TVs and monitors. And while TVs on carts enhanced educational experience, nothing was comparable to flashcards. Number 11. Flashcards. Back in the 1970s, flashcard drills were a chance for students to showcase their knowledge and skills. Teachers would whip out a stack of index cards, each with a question or vocabulary word on one side and the answer or definition on the other. Students would eagerly gather around, trying to recall the information and show off their knowledge. It was like a game, with the teacher flipping through the cards and students racing to respond. And let's be real, who didn't love the feeling of getting a perfect score on a flashcard quiz? Apart from flashcards that help students engage, let us look at a game that was even more fun when it came to engagement and enhancing education. Number 12. Oregon Trail. This iconic game has been pioneering its way into classrooms since the 1970s, teaching students about American history, geography, and resource management in a super fun and interactive way. By simulating a journey across the United States, players had to manage resources, make tough decisions, and navigate obstacles to reach Oregon's Willamette Valley. Who knew learning about river crossings could be so much fun? The game's interactive nature helps students develop critical thinking, problem-solving, and decision-making skills, all while having a blast. Oregon Trail's impact has declined as the gaming industry has advanced, and modern educational games prioritize diversity and historical narratives. Its simplistic and one-sided portrayal of American history, particularly regarding Native Americans, has been criticized for upholding stereotypes and myths. Number 13, chalkboard compass and protractor. In the 1970s, math teachers relied on the giant compasses and protractors to bring geometry to life. These oversized wooden or metal tools allowed teachers to draw perfect circles, arcs, and angles directly on the board for the whole class to see. The compass had a piece of chalk where the pencil would normally go, while the protractor stretched across the board to demonstrate geometry concepts clearly. They were simple, durable, and essential for making math lessons interactive. As projectors, smartboards, and digital software took over, these manual tools became outdated. But while teachers had their giant compasses, students had their own pocket tool for tackling math. Number 14, slide rules. Students use slide rules to solve complex math problems with ease. With a simple slide, calculations were made effortlessly. Multiplication, division, logs, you name it, slide rules could handle it. They were a predecessor to modern calculators, and their use required a strong understanding of mathematical concepts. Slide rules may seem old-fashioned now, but they played a significant role in shaping math education and scientific progress. Electronic calculators have replaced slide rules due to their greater accuracy and faster calculations, making slide rules less relevant in today's digital age. And if you were one of those intelligent, nerdy students in the 1970s, you're going to love seeing what's next on our list. Number 15, dot matrix printer. Dot matrix printers revolutionized printing in classrooms. These gadgets used a matrix of tiny pins to strike an ink ribbon, creating characters on paper. Students would eagerly await the dot matrix printer's output, watching as their assignments, reports, and worksheets rolled out with a symphony of beeps and clacks. The distinctive sound became music to their ears, signaling that their work was ready. Using a dot matrix printer, teachers took pride in creating customized reports, tailored to each student's needs. Their nostalgic charm still resonates with many who grew up with them. Dot matrix printers have largely become old-fashioned with the advent of inkjet and laser printers, which offer higher quality, faster speeds, and greater versatility. If these gadgets are bringing back memories, hit that subscribe button. It really helps us bring back even more 70s nostalgia. Number 16, classroom intercom. Intercoms in 1970s schools were more than just a means of communication. They were a part of the daily excitement. Students would often use them to chat with friends in other classrooms or make lighthearted announcements. Meanwhile, teachers relied on the intercom for important messages, coordination with colleagues, and making announcements. It was a vital tool that kept the school connected. Fast forward to today, and intercoms have evolved significantly. The traditional intercom systems have given way to modern technologies that offer more flexibility and efficiency. Smartphone app-based intercom systems now enable administrators, teachers, and staff to communicate seamlessly using their mobile devices. This shift has transformed the way schools communicate, making it easier to share information and stay connected in real time. Number 17, encyclopedias. In the 1970s, the encyclopedia was the ultimate tool for school research. These massive leather-bound volumes offered students a world of knowledge at their fingertips. If you wanted to write a history report or learn about the solar system, you'd flip through alphabetized entries, featuring maps, charts, and sometimes even color photographs. For many kids, it was their first real gateway to structured learning. Encyclopedias slowly lost their place once computers and the internet became mainstream. By the 1990s, CD-ROMs like Encarta were already replacing bulky books, and eventually online resources like Wikipedia and digital archives made printed sets nearly obsolete. But while encyclopedias gave us knowledge in thick, heavy volumes, schools also had another clever way to shrink study material into something that could fit in your hands. Number 18, microfilm and microfiche. When schools and libraries needed to store mountains of information without running out of space, they turned to microfilm and microfiche. These gadgets shrank newspapers, journals, and reference materials onto tiny reels of film or flat sheets. With a special viewer, students could zoom in and read articles that would otherwise take up entire shelves. For a high schooler in the 1970s, it felt futuristic, like unlocking a miniature library hidden inside a drawer. As technology advanced, microfilm and microfiche became outdated. They required bulky viewers and weren't exactly convenient to search through. Digital scanning and online databases eventually replaced them, making it possible to access entire archives with just a few keystrokes. While these gadgets compressed entire libraries, schools also needed tools to help kids practice basic skills, like spelling and vocabulary. And that's why the next gadget on our list held the utmost importance in the 1970s. Number 19, Caliphone Cardmaster. Before apps and digital flashcards, students in the 1970s used the Caliphone Cardmaster. This machine was designed to help with reading, spelling, and vocabulary drills. Teachers could insert cards with words or questions, and the Cardmaster would guide students through exercises in a structured way. For kids, it felt interactive, almost like having a personal tutor, making it a popular classroom tool for reinforcing the basics. With the rise of computers and digital learning tools, the Cardmaster became outdated. Educational software could adapt to each student's progress, offer instant feedback, and cover subjects far beyond vocabulary. Number 20, mimeograph machine. The mimeograph machine was a familiar sight in classrooms during the 1970s, especially for teachers who needed to distribute materials quickly. Long before photocopiers were common, this device made it possible to create multiple copies of worksheets, quizzes, and newsletters in just a few minutes. It worked by forcing ink through a stencil, and with a hand crank or small motor, teachers could roll out page after page. The freshly printed sheets often came out slightly damp, carrying that distinctive inky smell many students still remember. For teachers, it was a genuine lifesaver. One stencil could generate hundreds of copies cheaply, making it far more efficient than handwriting or carbon paper. As technology advanced, mimeographs faded from classrooms. Photocopiers replaced them, offering sharper text and images, the ability to handle larger volumes, and the advantage of being much cleaner and easier to use. While modern technology has made learning faster and more accessible, these gadgets laid the foundation for everything we now take for granted in schools. Which of these gadgets brought back memories from your time at school in the 1970s? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear your stories and maybe feature some in a future video. If you enjoyed this trip down memory lane, give the video a thumbs up, share it with a friend, and don't forget to subscribe for more 70s nostalgia.